Hello, my dear students. I hope everybody is fine and doing great. Now, this chapter we already have discussed distance, displacement, velocity, speed, acceleration, uniform motion, non-uniform motion. If you remember, we have also studied uniform motion, equal distance traveled in equal time interval. Non-uniform motion, unequal distance traveled in equal time interval. Now in today's lecture, we will see distance time graph for uniform motion and for non-uniform motion. Two graphs we will study first, and then we will also see velocity time graph for uniform velocity. And the fourth graph that we are going to see is velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. Now, so many graph studies you have to do today. Why graphs and all? Because it will give you a better idea and it will make you understand that what is a concept of uniform motion and non-uniform motion and the relationship between the velocity, time and acceleration. So let's start, student. The first graph that you're going to study is about distance time graph for uniform motion. Now if you see, the left side column time in second is given and right side distance traveled is given. If you compare with the time and the distance here is traveled equal in equal time interval, right? And if you plot a graph in x-axis time in seconds and y-axis distance in meter. I hope everybody knows how to draw how to plot the graph. X-axis we have taken time and y-axis we have taken distance. This is known as distance time graph. Okay, so if you see, the time intervals are given on x-axis and distance traveled is given on y-axis. Now for each time, if you have to see the distance, you have to make a point over it, and if you join the points, all the points, you will get a straight line. Why this straight line? Because it is the example of uniform motion. So this straight line tells you that an object in uniform motion covers equal distance in equal time interval. So wherever you see distance time graph and you see a straight line, that means that is the motion. Which motion, student? It is a motion of uniform motion. Now come to the distance time graph for a non-uniform motion. Again you see left side time and then distance is given. Now if you compare the time interval and if you compare the distance are not uniform, it is irregular. So if you plot the diagram, you will have the point against distance and time. The points will go here and there, and if you try to join all these points, you will get not a straight line but a curved line as indicated down. So for here, distance time graph is not straight, it is curved. That proves, that indicates that this is the example of non-uniform motion where distance time graph shows curved line. It is not a straight line, it is a curved line. All right. Now the next one is velocity time graph. There isn't a displacement, it's a velocity time graph where on x-axis we have placed time in hours and y-axis velocity in kilometer per hour. Now you have to find out distance traveled here. So distance or displacement travel is what? Is velocity into time. Now there is one graph given in your book. Okay, the velocity with which that object or moving object, for example a train is moving, okay, with 60 kilometer per hour. It is just not changing the velocity. If you see, it is just going 60 kilometer per hour from like it is starting, and it is after 5-6 hours it is still going at 60 kilometer per hour. So the question here is, if you have to tell how much distance the train has traveled from 2 hours to 4 hours, that means 4 minus 2, 2 hours. In 2 hours, how much distance the train has traveled. So for knowing the distance, you have to consider this rectangle. The area of the rectangle will be considered as the distance traveled. Now students, so distance is what? Velocity into time. So here the velocity will be 60 and time, that means 4 hour minus 2 hours, because we have to consider the distance travel in how much time. So you have to minus it. Okay, 4 hour minus 2 hour, that is 2 hour. So 60 into 2 will be 120 kilometer. So that is the answer. If I ask you what will be the acceleration, student? So if you remember, acceleration equals to final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. So here the final velocity is 60 and initial also is 60, because at 0 also the velocity it is showing 60. So 60 minus 60 is 0, and 0 by t, 2 hours, will be nothing, it's 0. So here there is no acceleration, that means this velocity is not increasing. That's what I have told you in last lecture, that rate of change of velocity with the time is acceleration. Here in this case, train is moving with one particular velocity, that is 60 km per hour. It is not changing its velocity, so there won't be any acceleration. Hence this type of motion is known as non-accelerated motion. So I have told you how to calculate the distance from these time graph, and also I have told you that why it will not show any acceleration. Okay, because the velocity is maintained in just one, that is 60 km per hour. Now coming to velocity time graph for uniform accelerated motion. Now if you see here, students, time versus velocity, that is time given on x-axis, taken on x-axis, okay, and velocity taken on y-axis. X-axis 5 seconds difference is given, and y-axis 8 meter per second ka difference is taken. Now a vehicles is moving with speed of, first initial is 0, then it increases its velocity and goes to 8 meter per second at 5 seconds. At 10th second it increases its velocity to 16. At 15 it is 24. At 20 it is 32. So if you see, in 5 second the velocity is increasing equally, that means 8 meter per second velocity is increasing. So it is increasing, the velocity is increasing with equal interval of time. That means which kind of accelerated motion? It is uniform accelerated motion. Now here also, if distance has to be calculated, so how can you know that how much distance a vehicles, that moving vehicles has covered? So it is very simple. Again the area will be considered. Okay, now this area, if you consider, it will be a mix of this quadrilateral and plus triangle. Okay, so if you add these two area, you will get the area of this full quadrilateral, and hence that will be the distance traveled. But easily you can do, like, you can multiply the velocity into time. Now here two velocities are given. between the 10 and 20th second. At 20th second 32 meter per second, and at 10th second 16 meter per second. So which velocity you will take? So we will take the average velocity. That means 32 plus 16 divided by 2. Okay, 32 plus 16 will be 48, and 48 if divided by 2 you will get 24. So velocity, average velocity of the moving object is 24 meter per second. Now if you put the values in distance, that is velocity into time, so you have got 24 meter per second as velocity, and time is 10th and 20th second. So if you make the difference again, t1 minus t2 minus t1, that is 20 minus 10 is 10. So 24 into 10 equals to 240 meter. So that, like that, you can get it easily. The other one which I told you, first you can add the area of a triangle AEB, that is half into base. Base will be what? AE, and height will be what? BE, plus this area of this quadrilateral, that is DCEA. So DC will be your 10 and CE will be 16. So 16 into 10 will be 160, and if you area of this triangle, if you calculate, it will be half into base, that is half into 10 into 16. Okay, so if you calculate all these things, it will also come as 24. So try doing it and see that it is coming or not for you. It will give you a better understanding. So yes student, we have completed the graph portion, but now we have to see three main equation that was given by Sir Isaac Newton. You must have heard his name. Okay, so not only the gravitation, he has given the explanation on gravitation, that apple fallen down on his head, and then he discovered that everything got attracted towards the earth. Not only that, lots and lots of things he has explained and he has done study. So one of the things you are going to study here, that is equation of motion, and some derivation I'll give you using the graphs again. So three equation that you have to remember. Now here it is given. See here, V equals to U plus AT, S equals to UT plus half AT square, and third one, V square equals to U square plus 2AS. Now V is what? Final velocity, U is initial velocity, A is acceleration, and T is time, and S is distance traveled. Okay, now these are the three equation of motion. The first equation of motion is relation between velocity and time. Okay, if you see, there is no distance, there is velocity and time relationship. In second equation, that is S is equal to UT plus half AT square, it is a relation between displacement and time. And third one is the relationship between displacement and velocity. So using one graph, we will see all these three derivation. Okay, you try to solve in your notebook separately, and if you are just getting somewhere confused, so just come back to this video and you can see. We will see the first equation of motion, that is V equals to U plus AT. This is a relationship between velocity and time. So y-axis velocity and time on x-axis. In your book it is nicely given, so you can check the graph. Okay, so a moving object, okay, it is started to move, it reaches the point D. From there till now, here the velocity is U, and then it reaches to B, point B. Okay, so in reaching from point D to point B, it took how much time? It took time t. And the velocity at B is OC, that means this much. Okay, so what is this much? V. Okay, and from here to here it will be considered as initial velocity, that is u. Okay, so do is u and oc is v, and the time taken to increase the velocity from u to v is time t. Everything I have written here. U is equal to OD, which is also equal to AE. V is equal to OC, also equals to BE, and time OE is also equals to DA. Now we start with acceleration. We all know that acceleration A is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity. Now final velocity will be OC minus initial velocity OD. So see here, OC minus OD. OC final velocity, that is V, minus initial velocity, that is U, upon time. Time is what? OE. So OC minus OD equals to OE. Putting all the values in place of OC, V, in place of OD, U, and time T. So we have got A equals to V minus U upon T. Cross multiplying T, so T will go that side in multiplication. AT equals to V minus U, or if you if you let u go there, so it will change its sign, that is plus u. So it will become AT plus u equals to V. Now rearrange the equation, you will get V equals to u plus AT. So that is equation number 1, first law of equation. I hope you have understood. Now come to the second law of motion, which has this formula: S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now S is displacement. It is a relationship between displacement and time. Now if you have to find out displacement, all the graph I told you that you have to take the area. Now if you are asked that how much distance or displacement this moving body has taken or traveled from the distance D to B, okay, so what you will consider? This full area you will consider. So that is what I have written. S is equal to area of quadrangle DOEB. DOEB, this full thing you have to take into consideration. It is nothing but it is just the rectangle plus the area of triangle. This is a right angle triangle and this is the rectangle. So area of rectangle DOEA plus area of triangle DAB. Now area of rectangle is your length into breadth, that is OD. You also can write AE into OE, also DA. So OD into OE plus area of this right angle triangle, that is half into base into height, half into base DA into height AB. Okay, so that only I have written. Now OD equals to U, OD equals to U, OE equals to time, that is this, and DA equals to OE, that is also time. Now AB equals to DC, AB equals to DC equals to AT. Now how I have got AT, I'll tell you from here. Okay, now coming to this final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. So OC minus OD, OC minus OD. Okay, from this much, if you minus this much, what will remain? It will remain DC, and DC is what? AB. Okay, so what there, all same thing I have written, OC minus OD, that is DC upon OE. So DC cross multiply AT, and this is equal to DC. So DC is equal to AT from here we have got, and we know that DC is equal to AB. So we can substitute the value of AB, which is equal to DC, is equal to AT. So S equals to, now we have got all the values in place of OD, U, OE, T, then plus half, then dA we have t, dA which is similar to t. Okay, and in place of AB that we have got AT. So I have written, you can check it nicely. Now UT plus half A and T into T, it is T square. So rearrange everything, you will get the second equation, that is S equals to UT plus half AT square. Alright student, here it was relationship between velocity and time. So acceleration we have started with. You have to see actually this and understand that where is u, y, where is v and all those things, and then you can start and you will get it easily. This one, for this equation you have to understand the area. Okay, so area and everything, and here you have to just use your mind, because here if you see you will understand how it has come. Okay students, so two equation you have got. Third equation is very easy, that I will paste here now. Okay, so this third equation is very simple. You have to see that displacement equals to initial velocity plus final velocity upon 2 into time. If two velocities are there, we have to take the average. Now in place of initial I should have written u, but v plus u it is written. It's the same thing, v plus u upon 2, that is the average velocity into time. Now from here, first equation we know that v equals to u plus at, so u goes there, so it will be v minus u equals to at, or t equals to v minus u upon a will come down. Substituting this value, you will get v plus u and v minus u. So what is the formula for this? V square minus u square, and down 2a. Now you cross multiply, you will get 2as equals to v square minus u square. Just look for some time. Okay, so this we arrange this and we will get 2as equals to v square minus u square. You can write like this also, or you can just change passing the u square another side, so it will become v square equals to u square plus 2as. Just go through and let me know any confusion or anything is there. Comment down below. Thank you so much.